Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm TKA Brew. We're going to be going over my top 5 brawlers that you never have to aim ever again, plus my 5 tips at the very end of the video on how to make the best out of Autofire, so stay tuned. I have a couple rules in mind for the top 5 brawlers that can Autofire the best. Number 1 is going to be they're going to be able to hit all their shots consistently at maximum range. Their maximum range, not the maximum range inside the game, but their maximum range. They have to be able to hit shots consistently and always hit close range shots. Number 2, they have to be able to do over 1,000 damage with their shots, so this is going to eliminate Poco right off the start. And I don't want any punching or shotgun brawlers because those seem to be the default auto fire brawlers, so we're gonna look for ones that are a little bit more than just your tanky close range brawlers here. One last piece of housekeeping before we get going. We're gonna be streaming Brawl Stars tonight on a place called Trovo. It's a brand new streaming service backed by big names like Powerbang Gaming. They're a mobile focused streaming service, so we're gonna be over there, trovo.live/TKA_brew. We're gonna be there tonight playing some Brawl Stars at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hope to see you guys there, and I'll drop some more stuff on my Discord and the YouTube community tab about Trovo and see if you guys can make some time to hang out with me over there. Well, the obvious brawler to fit into the first slot is Jackie. Jackie can be nothing but an Autofire brawler because it's just a circle around her and you can't move that circle anywhere or any which way, so no matter what you do, you're just tapping at the right times for Jackie. So Jackie, the number 1 brawler for close range Autofires. Next up the bat is our newest brawler and the oldest brawler. I'm going to assume he's the oldest because Gail is fairly white bearded old manish. So Gail's firepower is amazing. It is extremely wide, 5 snowballs wide, and can hit up to 1,500 damage onto one brawler at a very long range. So easy to auto-fire him. He works great at close ranges and long ranges, so he's probably the best overall if you want some sort of long-range sniper. But let's move on. In the third slot, we're going to put Pam. Pam doesn't seem like an obvious brawler, especially when I said they have to do over 1,000 damage, but each shot of Pam's does 365. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it does a lot, and all she has to do is hit basically 3 shots at long range, and she does over 1,000 damage, and at close range, she shreds. So being able to move and maneuver yourself in such a way to get most of Pam's shots on someone at even the very outer tip of her shots, she can do a lot of damage. The sleepy guy himself is our next one up, Sandy. Sandy is very good at hitting lots of brawlers. Same attack style as Poco, but beats that 1,000 damage mark which we're looking for. So Sandy does over 1,000 damage, has a really cool super, and is very good at hitting brawlers with that autofire button. So Sandy's in there. And the last one on our list, and probably in my opinion the best auto-fire brawler inside of Brawl Stars right now, is Nita. Nita does a fair amount of damage, fast reload, and her bear just kicks butt no matter what you do. So her auto-fire is great, takes out lots of brawlers. It can beat the tanks because it has a longer range than the tanks, but doesn't have so long of range that you're going to start missing shots at the tips, because it's just going to be nothing but hits with Nita's auto fire. Trust me, I've been playing it a lot, testing out all the auto fire. I think Nita is the best auto fire out there. Well, before we jump into the top 5 tips and the reason you guys all stuck around this far, we're going to give a shout out to one of my playlists, a beginner's guide playlist, which we're slowly filling out with a bunch of brawlers, so make sure you guys save that and go check that out if you're looking for other tips on other brawlers. And I believe there's a couple tips on game modes in there too, if I'm not mistaken. Now, the top 5 tips for being the best auto fire there is. Tip number 1, it is almost impossible to check bushes while you're auto firing, especially with there's boxes around or there's another brawler nearby. You can't focus and check the bushes, so you're going to be very careful when you're running around the bushes. Number 2, boxes are actually your enemy inside of auto firing, because the brawlers seem to like to target those before they like to target the enemy. So boxes are more of the enemy than the enemy is to be your enemy. Number 3, you can still auto fire into the bushes as long as you see the person run in there. There's no other brawlers around, and there's no boxes around. So you can still kind of use it as a check in the bushes, but only when you see them run in there. So it's not really a check. Number 4, spamming your fire is actually not a bad idea, especially if you're dropping a Nita or a Sandy and there's a bunch of brawlers running towards you. You can spam that and be confident that all your shots are going to hit. So don't be afraid to spam when you are an auto fire. Lastly, number 5, avoid big crowds. I'm serious. 1v1s are the way to go when you're auto firing. If for some reason you're fighting someone and a Max decides to run by, you know what? If they run a little bit closer to the other guy, you're automatically going to start turning and firing at that Max. So you want to make sure you're in 1v1 situations when you're auto firing. Thank you for making it all the way to the end of the video. Don't forget, we'll be on Trovo tonight streaming, trovo.live/TKA_Brew, streaming Brawl Stars if you love some more Brawl Stars, so make sure you come check that out. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and maybe check out another video of mine. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.